everyone, this is Amy. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I do just a real simple flat brush design on this clear glass bottle. I've already cleaned it off, obviously taken the stickers off, gone over it with rubbing alcohol, and it's ready to go. I'm going to be using two Amagic flat brushes, a number 14 and a number 12, and a Deerfoot stippler, which is the number 2. I will link all my products down below in affiliate links. You're welcome to purchase through those. The paint I'm using today is Lipstick Red and all FolkArt products. Engine Red, Wicker White, Fresh Foliage, which I just rolled in my thicket, which is the next one. Knocked it over. Alright, and I'm also going to be using some ink gold for my center, and I think I have one more bottle. I actually threw it away because I was empty, and that's the burnt sienna. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. To begin this process, I'm going to dip my number 14 partially into the Engine Red, partially into the Wicker White, and just do some basic blending strokes. Hopefully you can see. Now my area that I have set up for painting right now is not very big, so I will just show you this as I'm starting, but I just dip in and then I just keep dipping as I go. Nothing real magical. Technically, you're supposed to have your brush 3/4 of the way up the brush filled with paint. I just do what I feel comfortable with at the time, in all honesty. Alright, so I'm going to start on the edge of the brush and then just pull like that. And then just keep going around doing the same thing. So I'm just pressing down and pulling. As you're doing this, if you feel like you didn't get good coverage, then just go back over it and give it another coat. Alright, and there's no, as far as this design goes, there's really no rhyme or reason for the positioning of the petals. You can actually do it like a clock if you want, or you can just go and add them as you go. Meaning that that's kind of what I'm doing. It's just kind of sporadic and just making sure the coverage is good, because that's the main factor. The next thing I'm going to do is dip it into the Lipstick Red, not cleaning my brush or anything, and I'm going to come through adding this different color of red and adding shorter brush stroke, shorter petals in the center. And if you want to do 3 colors of red, you can do that. I'm just doing the 2. And I apologize if my hand gets in the way. I am left-handed, so I try to show you the strokes the best that I can. Hopefully my hand is not in the way too much. And we just continue here. And pull it like that. Alright? So again, nothing difficult. If you keep in mind, my channel is actually meant to be easy. I want beginners to be able to feel confident giving my designs a try. So I want to keep it simple. So again, you're just basically doing the chisel edge and you're pulling. You can alternate the size, length of your petals and pull towards the center. And you can space them out. Again, go over them if you feel like they're too transparent, because you want them to be opaque. Good coverage equals a design that will actually last longer. Not quite as important as it is on drinking glasses when you're doing the bottles, unless you're putting them outside, then obviously it is very important because of the elements that they'll be in contact with. And then I just do reverse painting. I go back to the darker. Oh, actually I didn't do reverse on this one. Let's turn it around. Pull towards the center. Again, just a very easy design. All right, so I just keep going, keep building on this, adding them all the way around, kind of overlapping with some of the other strokes that I've made. And just keep, and just think this would be fun. Have some friends over. You could actually drink some wine or alcohol. These are actually other types of bottles, not just wine bottles. And then paint your bottles. Very easy. Now, while you're watching this, if you have any questions or comments, please place those down below the video. I'd love to hear from you. And I have a ton of videos, so you're welcome to stick around a little bit and view those. Okay, so I went ahead and I finished, well actually not totally finished, but I did the fourth flower. The next thing I'm going to do is add in, and I'm just doing the front of the bottle just for the purpose of the video, but I'm going to go ahead and do some leaf work. And I'm dipping into the fresh foliage, the thicket, might even add a little bit of this burnt sienna, some white, and create a color for the initial leaves that I'm going to be creating. And you can do that. Like I said, that's why I just kind of tip my brush into colors that I like at the time I'm doing. And I don't put too much emphasis on loading them a certain way or whatnot. Alright, so we're going to go here, and I'm just doing just the basic wiggle. And you can do it one way or the other, where you push down, come to this tip and come back, or you can actually turn your bottle, which is what I'm going to do, and come down this side. I gotta be careful because I just had washed this bottle, so I don't really want water to come running out of it. And then I'm going to pull a stem through the center. And matter of fact, sorry if this looks a little tacky, but I am concerned that water is going to run out. While I'm doing this, I'm going to stick some paper towel just in the top like this, so I can continue on without the fear of water coming out and ruining my design. Alright, so we'll keep going here. And I think it's fun when you add other colors into your leaves. It just gives them a little bit more interest than what you would have initially if you just stuck to one or two colors. And then you can just keep turning it around here. And if you want a little bit more green in it, you can add that too. But for the purpose of this video, I like these colors. Alright, so we're going to go like that. Just like that. Then I'm going to find a couple other spots to put some leaves. And I'm just doing this style of leaf and then some fillers. Alright, and I apologize, my furnace is starting. Okay, again, I'm just pushing it down and I'm going to give it a wiggle. Like that. And I really do like to paint leaves but I know sometimes for people it can be a challenge. It's just something that you just got to practice and get a feel for. I would strongly recommend wax paper. I really do like that as a surface to practice on. Now, for one thing, it's affordable. It's got a slippery surface, and not only does it do that, then you can just throw it away once you've practiced. Okay, so I'm doing this. A little bit slightly different color, which is fine. Now I'm going to go over this leaf a little bit, so I might pick up some of that red, which I really didn't too much, so that's good. It's a little thinner leaf. Like that. And then I'm going to go over here and just pull it through. Like that. Alright, and I think I'm going to go down here a little bit. Do another set. That may have pulled a little bit of red into it, which is fine. And I like them to have some variation in color. And we'll just come like that and pull it through. Very simple. And then here we go again. Like that. And then I'm going to come over here and go like this. Pull it through. Like that. Alright, so then the next thing I'm going to do, just figure out a spot to maybe even put it through here where I'm going to pull out maybe another one over here and maybe up here, because I'll probably go up the neck of the bottle eventually, but time will tell. And on these, what I'm doing is just a quick, now this one is going to pull some red in. You can hit it with a heat gun or a hair dryer before you start pulling, if you are concerned about that. I'm not really too concerned about it. Might be now that I just put my paint in, or my brush in a bunch of red. But I'm going to go just pull it towards the center and just keep going. It has a lot of red. I don't want a lot of red. I'll just go over it and just go over it. Now they're getting a little thin here. I need to actually put some more white on my palette, so I'll go back over these here in a second. But again, it's just, I'm just providing a filler design, filler leaves to this design. I'm going to put out a little bit more white here. Very simple though, right? Alright. And I'm basically on these just using the Thicket and the Wicker White. I am not doing any kind of fancy loading of the brush. Just those two colors. And here we go. And I'm sorry, just hit the brush on the camera. And when I'm doing these, I like to do different strokes, not strokes, but different lengths of strokes, I should say. So some are longer than others, just like that. And once again, I can come back up. Oh shoot, I just put that on there. I always do that, roll it over. Don't do what I'm doing. I did pull a little red in here, so I'm going to go back over it. If you don't mind the red, leave it in then. And you got to understand too, the pressure that you place on your brush can determine what your actual design looks like by the pressure you're putting. You have thinner leaves, thicker ones, however. And I can go back over what I was painting on. Like I said, that happens. Happens to the best of us. But I'm just gonna go over a little bit. I think really the rest of them are pretty good, what it looks like. So I want to take a risk of rolling back over on that. But you can do some other leaves if you want, like to fill in here, if you don't like that. I'm not too worried about that. I'm just going to leave it as it is right now before I end up sticking it into some more paint. Anyhow, the next thing I'm going to do is stick my little Deerfoot stippler. I want the tip of it into the gold and the butt of it into the burnt sienna. And then I like to tap it off just to make sure I don't have too much paint on my brush. Then I'll tap in the centers. Very easy. Make sure I'm on here. Just tap them in. And then just add as you think you need more color, or where you think you might need more color, just add in. Very simple. And I've still got the underneath is still wet, so it's kind of mixing a little bit, but that's okay. We're going to do the same on this. I just want a very loose center. As it dries, of course, you can always go back over it. If you want it to be more distinct as far as the gold in a certain spot, you know, it's up to you. All right, so there we go. Pretty easy, pretty quick, pretty easy. Again, for the purpose of the video, I'm just doing the front to show you the design. If you like this video, please make sure you give me a big thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, hit that notification bell. And before you leave, if you would also share this by hitting the share button underneath the video, place this on your social network with all your family and friends, I would appreciate it. Thanks again for taking the time to view my video. If you have any questions, please place them down below. And until the next time, please stay safe and healthy and have a good one.